Good day. You are listening to Ability Radio. I'm one of your hosts, Amelia Hedley-Lamont of the Disability Rights Center of the Virgin Islands. And today our special guest is Gerard Evelyn. He is an assistive technology assistant with the Virgin Islands University Center for Excellence on Developmental Disabilities. Good day, Gerald. How are you?
Good day, Amelia.
So, people may want to know, what is assistive technology?
Assistive technology is anything you can buy or make
Mm-hmm.
to assist in completing a task.
Okay.
Something as simple as you may have a pen or a pencil. You can put it through the middle of a ball so that somebody can hold that device better
Mm-hmm.
to allow them to write.
Mm-hmm.
That is assistive technology.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Something like as simple as a wheelchair. That's also assistive technology. That's your assistive technology that you use to get around.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Somebody who has stability problems and they use a cane or walker.
Mm-hmm.
That's also assistive technology. When people hear assistive technology, they automatically think technology. So it means a phone, a tablet,
Right.
or something,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a wide range of equipment that you can use to assist you to complete a task. That is assistive technology.
Okay. And this is your area of specialization. In fact, you've been referred to as the accessibility guru. Um,
According to my boss.
okay. Well, it's all very good. Tell us about yourself. Can you tell us a little bit about your background that gave you an insight in this kind of work?
My background is, let's see, going back a number of years, I lost my sight due to complications with diabetes and glaucoma.
Mm-hmm.
And after losing my sight, I decided I wanted to keep my independence. Okay. So
Sure.
learning about technology was the key to my independence. So I got onto YouTube and started learning about how to use the iPhone and iPad and stuff like that from iDevice Help from Hadley Institute.
Mhm. Hadley Institute?
Hadley, yes,
Mhm.
Hadley.
Okay.
And it teaches you how to do all the voiceover gestures and different gestures on the whatever you can do on the phone, the iPhone,
Mhm.
you could actually do on the iPad. So
Okay.
of course I did both webinars, which one was for the iPhone and one was for the iPad.
Mhm.
And I completed all the webinars and stuff. And I got myself an iPhone and started there. Then I got myself an iPad, you know.
Mhm.
But as people know, these things aren't that easy to come by. It's kind of
That's
pricey.
yeah, that's right. Yes, they are.
And and as a person with a fixed income, I had to, save and,
Mhm.
you know,
Mhm.
get put my change, my 5 cents together
Mhm.
to in order to get these devices, and then learning to use them. And I use that to the best of my ability. Fortunately, I got a job working at the legislature first. I was the the ADA coordinator, outreach specialist for the office of Senator Whitaker at the
Okay.
time.
And ADA stands for Americans with Disabilities Act. So just want to, yeah, okay. So you,
So
mhm.
I did any and everything ADA for the office. And then after she lost her bid for re-election, I got a job a few months later working with VIUCEDD. Because even though I worked at the legislature, I used to still help out with the iCanConnect program, teaching people to use their devices.
All right. Well, tell us more about that. The iCanConnect program that is sponsored by the UVI, University of Virgin Islands.
It is sponsored, well, it's carried out by VIUCEDD
Mm-hmm.
and is sponsored by the FCC,
The Federal Communications
meaning
Commission.
it's funded by the Federal Communication Commission.
All right. Well, tell us about it.
It's known as the National Deafblind Equipment Distribution.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
So what it is once you have considerable hearing and vision loss, you're deemed eligible under this program. You can get a free iPhone, free
Mm-hmm.
iPad,
Mm-hmm.
or even a free MacBook. Is
Mm-hmm.
to help you with distance communication.
Distance communication.
Correct.
What does that mean?
Meaning if you have family in New York, in
Mm-hmm.
Florida, in Texas, or whatever,
Okay.
this device can help you send an email. It can help you do WhatsApp. It can help you, whatever your means of communication with your family,
Uh-huh.
this device will help you complete that task.
Wow. Okay. So tell us more about it. What are the features of this program?
Well, basically, the features, they don't really have much features, really. It's
Mm-hmm.
just you get the device,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be an iPhone, or iPad, or both.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cases you may get both. Some cases you just get approved for the either or,
Okay.
depending on your situation. And you get the device for free. The key word is free.
Right.
So once you get this device, you qualify for the device, you get it, then I will train you to use it. The training ensues with the feature that's built in the phone called VoiceOver. Now, VoiceOver has a whole lot of different features, different gestures, different swipe gestures, different tap gestures
Mm-hmm.
that you can do to control the phone.
Yeah. Explain what voiceover is. Does that mean it's showing or displaying symbols to who's ever receiving your message as opposed to your voice? What does that mean,
No,
voiceover?
no. What VoiceOver is actually that's Apple's way of saying a screen reader.
Okay.
So the VoiceOver on the phone reads the screen to you. Like say, like if you're looking for the Facebook app,
Mm-hmm.
you have it on the phone.
Right.
When you pass your finger on the screen, it'll tell you Facebook. If you're looking for WhatsApp, you pass your hand on the screen. Once the screen is open, it tell you WhatsApp. If you're looking for TuneIn Radio, Simple Radio, Messenger, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is you're gonna use,
Mm-hmm.
once you put your hand on the screen, you'll find it on the screen. You hear the name called, then you take your finger and you double tap, tap, tap,
Mm-hmm.
and it opens up, and then you continue doing your gestures within the app to control the specific app.
Okay.
But the person on the other end will not know. Once you're communicating with them, they wouldn't even know that you're visually impaired unless you let them know
Mm-hmm.
that you're visually impaired.
That's pretty good. So there's certainly a privacy element there, which is good.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah. A lot of people go like, but like sometimes I will send out a text and they go like, but aren't you blind? How are you able to text?
mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, the phone can do text to speech or speech to text,
Mm-hmm.
and I can also type the text manually and send it to you. But that involves a certain skill level
Right.
with using the phone.
Right. And having very, very sophisticated finger work.
Yeah,
Now, there was
yeah,
something
right.
else you mentioned, or that I see here, is that another accessibility feature is a one-handed mode. What does that mean?
Yes, one-handed mode or one hand using the phone with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
Like say there's some people that like say like if you have a stroke
Mm-hmm.
and some people might get a stroke and lost the use of the left side or the lost the use of the right side, you can set the phone in accessibility mode
Mm-hmm.
to be used one-handedly, whether it be from the right hand
Mm-hmm.
or the left hand.
Okay.
So, I mean, the accessible features on the phone is for more than just the visually impaired. It can also be used for the physically impaired as well.
Right. And also audio descriptions, right?
Oh yes,
Okay.
audio description. Yeah, you can have audio descriptions on your phone or tablet turned on, and like think of closed caption for the
Mm-hmm.
deaf,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So now closed caption for the deaf. So audio description, or as they call AD, is you could say closed caption for the blind.
Mm-hmm.
So how it works is, when you're watching a movie or TV show, if the network has it activated, because under the ADA Act, all national networks are supposed to have audio description enabled, on their site. So, but some of them still haven't reached to that point yet.
Mm-hmm.
Once this is enabled and you have it turned on your phone or your streaming device like Roku or a Fire Stick or whatever you're using, even the Apple TV. What would happen is when you're watching Netflix, Hulu, Disney, or whatever, and that movie has audio description enabled in it. If you're watching something and the people stop talking and there's just movement on the screen, what the audio description would do, what it would describe the movement that's happening before you that you can't hear.
Right.
Like take for instance, if Susie is walking up the step, it will tell you Susie is walking up the step, and Paul is sitting watching TV, and somebody is approaching to knock on the door.
Right.
So you would have that description happening of that scene coming through the speaker of the TV or the cell phone, whichever that you're watching. So it makes the person who can't see the screen more into the movie. It kind of makes the movie kind of like an audiobook.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Now, I note here that when you're doing your training, you
Mhm.
motivate people or you teach people how to use their phones without access to Wi-Fi. So how does that work? How do you make the introduction
Well,
initially?
it's not really access to Wi-Fi, but access to the AI.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, the AI, which is I don't want to. I'm on a Apple device, so I don't want to call her name because she'll start reacting right now.
Oh, if you said
Uh,
artificial intelligence, she will.
yeah.
That's
So once I
scary.
say AI, she don't know I'm talking about
Okay.
her.
Okay.
Because I'm on an Apple. Anybody who knows Apple know that Apple uses Siri,
Yes.
right?
Right.
So a lot of people that's visually impaired, they rely a lot on using Siri.
Mm-hmm.
So I take a different approach.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I want the individual to learn to manually use the phone rather than asking the AI to
Mm-hmm.
do things on the phone.
Right.
Because if by some reason you lose data, then you have no AI.
Hmm.
Once
Okay.
you don't have any internet availability, then your AI is null and void.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be able to go into your phone and manually use your phone without the AI, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because if, for instance, you want to make a call and you know the number, you can manually tap the number in on your screen and make a call without the AI because even though the cell phone may not have any data, the phone line still works.
Right.
Because sometimes, we live on an island. So sometimes things don't always work the way we want it to work.
Right.
So the data might not be working at the particular time, and you're telling this thing to call Mary or call John and it's telling you, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
unavailable right now.
Mm.
Then what are you going to do?
Right.
So your best bet as someone who's vis- visually impaired is to learn to use your phone, go into your phone and manually open your emails, manually open up your phone and check your phone. Because, take for instance, the Library for the Blind here in the Virgin Islands, they have a application called BARD.
Barge.
B-A-R, yeah, B-A-R-D,
Okay.
BARD.
Bard. Uh-huh.
Okay, so BARD is actually an app that you can download books from NLS, the Natural Library Service,
Mm-hmm.
the National Library Service. And so you can download it to your phone and it will read just like the cartridges you would get from the Library for the Blind.
Right.
Okay, this BARD app will read the books just like the cartridges. So basically, what BARD is what some people would pay a lot of money for,
Mm-hmm.
like audiobooks.
Right.
Yeah, so like audiobooks. So BARD is like audiobooks, but the once you're part of the Library for the Blind, it's free to us. So it's a free service, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, if you're blind and you want to use BARD, you cannot tell the AI to open BARD and go to this and do that. You have to manually go into the BARD app and select your author, download your books, and read it and press play and all that stuff. The AI can't control BARD. Okay, so
Right.
that's one example as to why you need to be able to learn to manually use your phone. If you're somebody who is invited to a Teams meeting or a Zoom meeting or something like that, you have to be able to manually go into that email, click on the link, and open up the Teams or open up the Zoom because the AI cannot do that for you. So these are the examples I always show my students, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
or clients, why they need to manually learn how to use the device aside from using the AI.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. Is the library for the blind open and available still? I mean, I don't know since COVID and weather issues. Is it still operational?
Yes, it's still operational, but it's no longer in the same location.
Where is it now?
It is now merged with the Florence Williams Library.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good. Good.
So
Good.
it's downtown at the Florence Williams Library. Nina Garcia is
Mm-hmm.
the librarian.
Mm-hmm.
She's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll assist you to get your book. If you're interested in setting up BARD on your device, she will also assist with that. You know,
Very good. Is there? I would imagine there's also a St. Thomas location. Would you know where that is?
no, there's no locations in
No
the
library for the blind in St. Thomas.
no the St. Croix location serves St. Thomas, St. Croix, and St. John.
Okay, so if you are a person who's blind in St. John, how would you avail yourself of the service?
Well, what you do is you would call the library number,
Mm-hmm.
which is still the same. It's 713
Mm-hmm.
2250.
Okay.
And if Nina doesn't pick up, but sometimes she's on the main circulation desk, being that she's the only librarian in the library, you just leave a message and she'll get back to you. And once you're part of the library, she will ship out your books and you can ship it back. It's free matter for the blind.
That's
So
very
it
good.
ships for free to you and you can flip the card around and ship it back to her, when you're done with it.
That's very, very valuable information. And before I forget, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, how would they go about doing that?
That's very easy. The number to get in touch with me here at VIUCEDD is 340-692-4266.
Excellent.
That's 340-692-4266. I work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Wednesdays. They give me off so I could attend various disability events, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So once you call that number and you leave a message, it goes to my email. I check the email and I get back to you the next day. If it's some urgent and I happen to check my email on that Wednesday that I'm off, I may call you the same day.
Okay, great. There were other items that I learned that you use quite a bit, as you talked about before: audio descriptions, closed captions, a thing called iNote to sort money. How does that work?
Yes. Oh, iNote. Yes, iNote is an app that you download to your phone. It's available on iOS, which is Apple,
Mm-hmm.
and Android.
Mm-hmm.
You can get it in the Play Store or the App Store for Apple. And what it is an app that once you open it up, it uses the back camera for the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So you take the money and you just aim the camera at the money,
Mm-hmm.
and it tells you whether it's $1, whether it's $100, whether it's $50, $20, whatever the bill is. It lets you know right then and there.
Okay.
So you can sort out your money if you put your different denomination of bills in
Mm-hmm.
different parts of your wallet or your purse. This will assist you in doing so.
Excellent. Very important. Very, very important feature. um.
Yeah, we have a thing called iBill.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
it's a currency reader,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
But it was given out by the Library for the Blind a few years ago. It was something that the the Treasury Department
Mm-hmm.
was they put it together because they wanted to put Braille on the money. But then if they put Braille on the money, it would have problems with pushing the money into the different vending machines and stuff like
Right.
that.
Right. That could be an
So
issue.
they created this iBill. It's a small device that you can carry in your pocket, and it has a little ring you can put on your keychain, and you could put the short end of the bill under this little flap and press the button, and it will give you the denomination of the bill as well.
Wow. Okay.
You know, so there's very various different types of assistive technology out there.
Well,
For the various type of people, because there's some people that they don't want to use a smartphone. They just want to use a flip phone. Because that's what they feel comfortable with.
and this
And
is
stuff like that. So
so.
they kind of create a way for them to stay in their comfort zone
Well, listen, I
by
would like
habit.
to. I time has eluded us because this has been very fascinating. I hope we can do this again at some point because there's so many things that you can share with us, and we can learn. Everyone can learn from the kinds of work that the Virgin Islands University Center for Excellence on Developmental Disabilities is doing. Thank you, Gerard Evelyn. Thank you for
You're welcome.
everything. It's been wonderful. The way to
You're
reach
welcome.
you is, again, what's your phone number?
340
Mm-hmm.
692 4266.
Excellent.
And we train anyone
Mm-hmm.
that needs help to use their cell phone, whether you're a senior, whether you're a person with disabilities.
Okay.
You just call us and make an appointment, and you come by, and we'll train you to get you going.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your
You're welcome.
expertise. And folks, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.